Phil Ambery wasn't easy to follow. It was something about the way he walked, a kind of slouching, meandering, lugubrious saraband. His knowledge of London's byways was cyclopedic, which meant he often travelled in circles, a match for the worst, hackney carriage drivers. But he was being followed, all the same. Ambery was curious despite himself. These weren't your likely local footpads. The smell of death clung to Ambery like quicklime. The London Underground tended to avoid him like a disease. Not that Ambery didn't have enemies, of course. It was just that he'd already buried most of them. Personally. He ducked into a winding alley further along Eastcheap and peered back round the wall, trying to get a glimpse of his pursuers. For a moment, there was only shadow, and then he saw them. There were two of them, and they didn't move right, neither. A little too fast, a little too start and stop, stealthy in a skitterish way, and there was something about their curious hats that kept the guttering torchlight out of their faces. Blanks. Ambery didn't exactly fear death. For one of his profession, it was a known quantity, measurable in feet and inches, garnished with a pat of dirt. Life was a hard pack of stacked cards, and the house always won. He had no problem with that. But, as he machinated upon his third masterful metaphor in as many heartbeats, he tilted at a distant and vaguely windmilling memory of being gotten the better of, and of how much he despised the feeling, particularly when the bettering was by street slops. No, that would not do at all. He slid his implement of choice out of his coat sleeve. It was only a trowel, its larger brother being too big for easy concealment. But, as Jerry would say, it wasn't the size that counted, it was where you put it that mattered. He steadied his breathing, digging one boot into a mulched pudding in the gutter for added ballast, and raised the trowel high and brought it down hard to connect with whoever, or whatever, or that-ever was coming round the corner. The trowel connected, lodged and stuck, held within one hirsute claw. Finely manicured nails, filed to a point, were caught by a stab of moonlight. "Not so fast, Gramps." Deep, accented, foreign, yet familiar. "We just want to talk."